In the year 3761 BCE, as written in ancient scripture, the world bore witness to a dawn of power unlike any before. In the land of Shinar, between the mighty Tigris and Euphrates, cities like Babylon rose, where men dreamed of touching the sky. And here, legends were born. In the land of Shinar lived a man of wisdom and noble appearance, yet he was poor and without means. His name was Rikayon.
I will go to Egypt, to Osiris, son of Anum, king of the land. Perhaps if I show him my wisdom,
I might find grace in his sight, to raise me up and give me maintenance.
Tell me, where may I find your king? I seek his presence.
Stranger, know this, that our king Osiris shows himself but once each year. It is. I have come to seek King Osiris. My wisdom is my only wealth. You'll wait long. The king appears but once.
Stranger, what brings you to Egypt? You look weary.
I have come to seek King Osiris. My wisdom is my only wealth. You'll wait long. The king appears but once a year to judge all petitions.
Once a year? Then how shall I find favor before him?
Wait with the rest, or return to Shinar if hunger spares you.
no, I will endure. Somehow, Egypt will know my name.
In the evening, Rikayon went out and found a ruined bakehouse, and there he stayed all night,
Twice cast down, twice empty. Shall I perish here unseen, unknown? No, I must find a way.
Please, I beg you, pay what is fair. Do not take without coin.
The foreigner thinks to trade like us? Take it all, brothers.
What shall I do in this land?
At dawn on the bank of the Nile, Rikayon stands in a dusty quarry among towering limestone blocks. Heat shimmers as he grips a massive stone with trembling hands. He strains to lift, muscles taut beneath the ragged linen of his loincloth. The midday sun burns bright on dark skin. Sweat runs down Rikayon's face as he pushes with all his might. A stern foreman in a plain white kilt shouts encouragement. Rikayon nods, head bowed, determination flickering in his eyes. He struggles, but his emaciated frame wavers under the stone's weight. The block slips, and he staggers back to the hard ground.
Stop harder! The mud won't hold without your weight! Like this!
Later, by the calm waters of the Nile, Rikayon tries fishing. He sits in a narrow wooden boat, thin arms casting a wide net into the river's blue. Birds cry overhead and papyrus reeds sway on the bank. The first light of morning glints on the water. He reels in the net, mostly empty, save for a few small fish flopping on the deck. A young fisherman in a loincloth wades out. He laughs softly, tossing another net. "Try again in deeper water," he calls. Rikayon nods with a wan smile, pride bruised but curiosity keen. He heaves again, hope in his eyes, though his net comes up almost as empty. As the sun climbs high, the scene shifts to a riverside village. Mud brick molds lie in the sun. Rikayon kneels beside other brickmakers, pressing Nile mud into a wooden frame. The overseer stands watch with a reed staff. Rikayon's hands shake as he tries to stamp a wet brick flat. His breath is heavy and ragged. "Stomp firmly," the overseer commands, voice sharp. Rikayon lifts his foot high and slams it down. The clay barely holds together, edges crumble. He tries again and again, but the brick collapses beneath his weak kick. Biting back frustration, Rikayon coughs in the choking dust. Through each trial, Rikayon's body fails him, but his mind remains alert. He watches every worker carefully, the rhythm of chisels, the drift of fish, the stamping of clay. Each failure teaches him how the labor flows. Though exhausted, his thoughtful eyes never stop learning. Late afternoon in a Nile Valley village. Rikayon walks slowly down a dusty path, watching daily life. Families tend gardens, children play under date palms, and everyone seems at ease. No patrol passes, no overseer scolds. Life flows freely in the king's absence. He recalls the last festival. Months passed when the pharaohs barge glided on the Nile once a year and officials gathered tribute. After that grand day, order returned to local custom. Now, amid ordinary laughter and idle chatter, Rikayon senses opportunity. His path leads to the necropolis on the village edge. High in the dry sunlight, simple mud brick tombs stand atop a small ridge. At the sepulchre gate a quiet procession has gathered. Priests chant softly in a graveyard. Hush as mourners in white linen bear a corpse on a woven reed litter toward an open grave. No guard blocks their way, no scribe tallies their offerings. A mother places bread and ale beside the body. A father bows in prayer. No tribute is paid to any king here. Rikayon watches from the shadow of a palm, eyes keen. In the golden twilight, understanding dawns in Rikayon's sharp gaze. If no one else collects it, I will. He sees that he could speak for the absent throne. A small grin spreads. He will claim this right for himself. By nightfall, Rikayon has gathered 30 armed men on a nearby bluff under the crescent moon. The warriors stand silently around a single flickering torch. Spear tips catch the torchlight, faces serious. He explains his plan in low tones. The desert night holds its breath.
You and your men are strong, feared in this city. But strength without silver fades. Join me, and we will bow. Jersin, I will make the tombs ours. Each burial will yield silver. You and your 30 will share in every payment. Silver from the dead? Bold, strange. Yet silver feeds soldiers, and soldiers guard power. Tell me, Wanderer, what is my share? Equal among brothers, but I lead. For cunning guides the blade. Together we shall command both fear and wealth. Very well. Your words are sharp as your eyes. We clasp hands, stranger. From this day I fight with you. Thus saith the king. Strengthen yourselves and be valiant men, and let no man be buried here until 200 pieces of silver be given. Then may he be buried. Your grief is noted, but the Pharaoh's decree stands. Return to your homes.
In those days, Rikayon and his 30 armed men guarded the sepulchres of Egypt. No body was buried in the land unless 200 pieces of silver were paid. The poor wept, the wealthy paid, and the mourning of the people rose like smoke against the sky.
Your grief is noted,
Elder
But the Pharaoh's
woman,
decree stands.
voice trembling
Return
but
to your
strong.
homes.
My child has
Your grief
returned
is
to
noted,
the
But
ancestors.
the Pharaoh's decree
Let me
stands.
bury the one I
Return
bore
to your
into this
homes.
world. Rikayon,
Mercy. Must we pay
steady,
silver to bury our dead?
emotion
Our tears are burden
controlled.
enough. 200 silver.
The law
Without
is
payment, the tombs
spoken.
remain sealed.
No burial
Mercy.
here
Must
until
we pay silver to
200
bury our
pieces
dead?
of
Our
silver
tears are
are
burden
paid.
200 silver.
Without payment,
Elder
the tombs
woman,
remain sealed.
pain breaking through. My hands are empty, yet my heart is full of sorrow. Would you deny peace to the dead? Rikayon, hard, unyielding. Peace is granted by law. The earth does not open without the price commanded. One of the soldiers, low warning tone, take her aside. None may pass these gates without tribute. Elder woman, crying out to the heavens, has compassion left this land? Must the poor suffer even in death? And the people saw her tears, and the injustice burned in their hearts. From that day, murmurs rose in the city. Who rules us? The king, or the collector of burial silver? And the day of uprising approached.
8 months' labor, and Egypt's silver flows into my hands.
The tombs paid better than any war. Our coffers swell, our men grow strong.
Great king, hear us. We cannot bury our dead unless we pay 200 pieces of silver.
Who among my subjects has dared to demand silver for burial rites? Name the one who has brought this cruelty upon Egypt.
Who dares rule in my name without my command?
Rikayon, our king. We plead for justice, O king. Restore the order of the ancestors.
Let my offering speak before my tongue does.
I come with tribute, not rebellion.
My acts brought order and wealth to your land.
Your mind is sharper than your circumstances.
Rise. From this day, you are Pharaoh. I receive this name with honor and duty.
Speak your judgment, Rikayon. The court awaits your wisdom.
The evidence is clear. The harvest belongs to the people.
Come forward. Let justice be your comfort.
Speak without fear. In my court, every voice has worth.
My lord Pharaoh, my neighbor flooded my... My lord Pharaoh, my neighbor flooded my field and ruined my harvest. I seek justice.
We will weigh the truth before all, and justice shall be done.
Apostle, let justice nourish Egypt as surely as the Nile nourishes the land. Let justice be your comfort. Come forward. Let justice be your comfort. Let this judgment be written in the record of the court of Pharaoh Rikayon.
Merchant A, frustrated, pointing. He altered the weight of his scales. He sells grain dishonestly to the people. Merchant B, defensive. My scales are fair. I have done no deceit. Pharaoh Rikayon, steady, authoritative. Truth is measured not by shouting, but by balance and witness. Guard captain, firm, honorable. Stand in peace. None may speak out of turn in the hall of justice. Pharaoh Rikayon, resolute, fair. We will weigh both scales before all who stand here. If faucet is found, restitution shall be paid. Crowd, soft unified murmur of approval. Pharaoh judges with truth. Pharaoh judges with wisdom. Pharaoh Rikayon, warm, reassuring. Let justice nourish Egypt as surely as the Nile nourishes the land. Rikayon is visible at the opposite end of the room, quietly hearing petitions from citizens. This frames two systems of authority in one image. Osiris sits as king for a day, but the people now look to Rikayon, whose wisdom guides them every day of the year. Though he collected taxes, Pharaoh Rikayon did not hoard his wealth. He walked among the people in fine white linen with gold trim, yet with humility in his eyes. He distributed grain to the hungry, oil to the widows, and cloth to those in need. A mother whispered, "He remembers the smallest among us." An old farmer wept, "Never has a ruler fed the land as he has fed its people." Thus, he was loved, not for his power, but for his compassion. And all the inhabitants of Egypt greatly loved Rikayon Pharaoh, and they made a decree to call every king that should reign over them and their seed in Egypt, Pharaoh. Therefore all the kings that reigned in Egypt from that time forward were called Pharaoh unto this day. Pharaoh Rikayon stood over the Nile at sunset, the river of life glowing beneath him. His legacy was not mere power. It was wisdom, justice, and remembrance.